Hello and welcome to another video, and it's not about reviews or unboxings or anything like that. It's a video about fraudsters, quite frankly, and fraudsters and people who commit fraud just need their bollocks ripping off, quite frankly, or their genitals rearranged in any way possible and punched in the face so hard their teeth fly out of their bottom. And today, this particular fraudster that I'm referring to is a man called Michael Juma. Now, he's affected a friend of mine and a very good comedian called Lindsey Davies. And I'll just read out. This is what she posted on Facebook. But this is after she went to a night with Sylvester Stallone, where he was auctioning off various items from his films that he's been in, and also she got to shake his hand, and the people meeting him and that kind of thing. And so she wrote, this was like the following day, after one of the best evenings of my entire life, I'm on my way home and back to stress and anxiety. I do not like doing this, as I use Facebook for humour and having banter with my mates. Months ago, a man was paid £150 to get my friends Foo Fighters tickets. Right up to the night before, I had no tickets, so I bought them for my friends from another site. I am owed £150 from this man. For 3 weeks he has consistently bullshitted me, saying he transferred it to my account. The messages are below, and you'll know this has apparently left his account on June 27th. I'm sure a business transaction is 3 days maximum. I checked with my bank, and it is 3 working days. So unless he's banking it out of Mongolia, I've no idea why a transaction would still be pending nearly 2 weeks on. Obviously it's not because the guy is talking out of his fucking arse. In 10 days I'm supposed to be taking my daughter to Paris. I've scrimped and saved every penny spare together for this trip. Without that £150 I have to tell her we can't visit Euro Disney. This piece of shit has reduced me to tears over the situation many times. I spend my life helping the less fortunate, because she does an awful lot of work for the homeless. So I spend my life helping the less fortunate, but sometimes I like to treat myself and the kids. This is rare, as I'm always skint. I'm prepared to go to the police, fraud investigation team, or take the little bastard to a small claims court. I believe he owes other poor hard-working people money too. Michael Juma, I'm prepared to turn up at your house or your workplace. You've pushed me to resort to this. I want my fucking money back, you thieving twat. You belong in jail. We have mutual friends on here, and I welcome any of them to try and defend your bullshit. And there's various tweets where he's saying, this is like in 19th of June, where he's paid it. It'll take 48 hours to clear, and it's usually instant, or it says it's like that as his name or the name of his company, Digital Trends Limited, on the money, the £150 he's transferred. And she's confirmed the sort code and account number, and he's claiming, oh, it'll clear tonight, blah blah blah. And then he starts giving excuses about how he's got a business account and personal account, and how one of the accounts takes a long time to transfer money, which is just absolute bullshit. This is then on the 22nd of June, morning that money won't clear because I didn't type in the name of the bank. I've done it now though, as it returned. It will clear Monday or Tuesday now at the latest. I will send you a screenshot of the transaction tonight. I'm on my way back from Livingston from work around 2, going on site now. And that was at 5:12 in the morning. This is just bullshit. He's just woken up and he's pumped out that bullshit that he's typed out. On the 27th of June at 4:30 PM, it's still pending, but left my account. I've only just had a chance to ring the bank. Oh, just had a chance. He's a busy man. It's fine and is normal for my business account, as it will clear. And then the following week, which is the 27th of June, that was a Wednesday. The following Tuesday, Lindsay said, money has not gone in yet. I need to pay for my hotel for Paris by the end of this week. And it's just, well, it just gets worse from there. There's what follows is the thread. I'm not going to screenshot this and put it online or anything like that. What Lindsay's doing is she's going to make a couple of Facebook groups about this, which I'll link to the video description below once they're up. And there's lots of people responding with lots of comments about how other people have been affected by this man, just ripped off left, right and centre, either with personal stories about him or things that they've heard, including apparently getting, when after the Manchester bomb, and then Ariana Grande came back 2 weeks later to do another concert there. Those children who weren't able, well, who obviously had to be evacuated, when they came back, the tickets were free for them to get into the new concert. But for what this man did, he had some of these tickets and he sold them. It's a lovely man. Just some random comments. I won't name the people involved in this. One man saying, so the prick's not sorted it, horrible scumbag. Another man saying, everyone does the same, they spread the word but nothing ever gets done about this fucking prick. He still seems to just get away with it. I don't understand how he always can get away with this constant bullshit. Why do the police never do anything? So he has been affected by, he has affected lots of people basically. Another comment, the business account excuses is just utter bollocks. We pay all of our acts through a business account, and now we can have money in their account within 2 hours. What a bell end for keeping your money. And another comment, I worked in a bank in personal and commercial banking for over 10 years. His excuses are utter horseshit, reporting him to the police for fraud. Another comment, there's probably a long list of people before you who are waiting for their money back from other concerts. He's vile. I honestly don't know how he's got the brass neck to step out of the front door, never mind brag like fuck all over Facebook about stuff he's bought with other people's money. And this is it, he's even chipped in to this thread on Lindsey's profile. I'm not going to link to the profile thread because there's going to be dedicated groups about this. But Michael Juma chips in with, I stopped selling in January and she wants me to pay back from my company that's gone. I agreed to this and it will clear on Tuesday for her. That's Tuesday coming up. Out of my own money, as for ripping people off, yeah, people lost money and the fraud squad have been, and I had to show them everything, and it ended with them saying that there was no fraud and that it was a badly run, high-risk business, which I agree. It will clear Tuesday, this is all I have to say. And he says that a lot, it's manana, it's going to happen on Tuesday. I'll get to why I'm incandescent with rage about this, because this guy, what I'd love to do to him. Although he sounds like he's done it to himself, quite frankly. There's other comments in the thread about how Michael Juma, he's not only had one business go bankrupt, he's had 6, and at least 3 are from the same address registered at the company's house. It's just, and as someone else has said, he's got a girlfriend. You know, there's lots of good people, men and women, who seem to stay single for longer than we like myself, and we're good guys. And then you get some people like this utter shit, who is one of the bad guys, and yet they get women going after them. But then there's also Chris Brown. Figure that one out. Another time, Michael Juma has said, they paid to my limited company, that has been dissolved. Why do people think they paid personally? Fuck me. And someone else has commented, fucking limited company. People like you set up limited companies because you con people out of their money, and because you're a limited company, the debt is not linked to you personally. And if that doesn't scream fraud, I don't know what does. Karma will come a-knocking soon enough. And so that's the comments I'm going to go into so far on this vlog about it. What Lindsey is doing, she's planning to set up there's talk about setting up a comedy gig in his town apparently, which is quite interesting. I'd love to go to that. To raise awareness about him. Yeah, I'm warm. I'm recording this on what's basically feels like the hottest day of the year, and I'm about to turn my fan off while I'm doing it. So yeah, planning to set up a comedy gig about it, so raise awareness, raise funds, and all the rest of it, because of this absolute shit. There's also there was another status which followed, and that someone, obviously she put her bank details online, and someone has anonymously donated £150 so she can go to Disney in France. So that's a very nice thing to do. Now also at this time, I'm going to mention a guy called Mark Pollard, who I said it had a situation why this kind of rang a bell with me, and it's because I came across a fraudster called Mark Pollard. In short, I've never done a specific vlog about this, and after it happened, I didn't say an awful lot about it to a lot of people, apart from people who knew him directly. So I was trying to get some information. Now, if I was to go into detail about every last thing about him in this video, you'd be here for the next week listening to it. So I'm going to put a link to my website where I've actually put a vlog about it. I did put it on a another sort of random website somewhere, just so I had it all online and spelt out. Then I was with the server hosts who didn't like me putting that on my website because, as far as they were concerned, it could be like a sort of demon versus Godfrey situation, and they could get sued if it wasn't true and accurate that I was, what I was putting up, even though it was true and accurate to me, and I was happy to take the flak if anything went wrong. But they didn't want it. So anyway, I've changed server host now, and they're okay with that. So I'll put a link to my website where it's up on there. Now this basically, I was going to set up a comedy club with this man, and you'll see from the vlog, it all came crashing down in October 2011, and I didn't put anything up about it online for about 6 months after he just disappeared at that point, because I feared reprisals. I'd heard an awful lot of things about him. I'd heard things like he knows people who will burn houses down. I mean, he's long since disappeared. He left his. He was running a pub, as you see in the vlog. He was running a pub called the Hope Inn in Stockport, and which the pub's still there. It's obviously under new management since. I wish the place wasn't there, but you can't blame a building. It's a building. It's not the building's fault. It's bricks and mortar. I've certainly never been in there since all this fell apart. But he lived in that pub with his now ex-wife Debbie, but then he did a bunk, and I've never seen him come back into the area. I mean, his wife looks like an absolute junkie anyway. I mean, when you see her, and you'll see a picture of her on the vlog I've listed. She's since remarried another guy, and they're welcome to each other. As for the kids, well, that was a strange situation because they had 5 kids, 2 which were from her marriage before she met him, and there were 3 which were, I think when I was seeing Mark, it was, so it was 2010, 2011. There was a lad who was about 5, and there were daughters who were about 8 and 10, something like that. And then about 3 or 4 years later, I was in Aldi, and I was just walking down one of the aisles, and I thought, I hear that voice, and that voice seems awfully familiar to me. And then I saw it was the 2 daughters. But then I thought, it can't be the daughters, because the daughters are with another woman, and they appear to be getting on with her as if she's their mum, basically. And so I thought, yeah, they can't be her. Anyway, sort of as I was, when you sort of you think you've seen something, and then you think, oh, I've not seen it, and then it doesn't matter, and then you sort of go around again. I'm hearing the voices again. I'm thinking, no, it is them. And of course, I didn't want them to see me. But then, of course, it was like about 4 years on, and I know when I was like, say, between 8 and 10, if I'd met one of my dad's friends at that age and then just happened to see them in a shop 4 years later, I wouldn't recognise them because I wouldn't be paying attention. Someone who you occasionally only meet once in a blue moon and then don't see for like 4 years, you're not going to remember. So they wouldn't have seen me or known who I was or whatever. But to me, I was thinking, oh shit, what's going on? Anyway, it turned out that they were taken into care. Now I feel sorry for them in that respect. Well, that's why they were with a different person. So I feel sorry for them in that respect, but they're well out of it and away from those 2 utter scumbags. If you find Mark Pollard, let me know. I won't say too much in this video because I could just say so much and it'd be very unwise whatsoever. But as I say, I'll put a link to the video description below about the whole thing, and then just if you can either comment on that. What I will do just before I sign off is I'll read out a couple of the comments which are on the link on my website, because it was on I posted it on a couple of different websites, kind of random websites, so they weren't ranked with Google, so no one will have seen them. But they were the kind of websites where I could just, if I needed to show it to anyone, I could just say, here's a link, here's all the information. Now, on one of the websites, there were 2 comments, both posted on March 13th, 2017. And I've included them on my website as it shows what he's capable of. The first one came from someone called Migrant Spouse, who said, "Don't take this too personally. You're in a long line of people Mark Pollard has defrauded over the years, myself included. I found you because every so often I like to keep an eye on where he is. My time will come." The second comment came from a man who simply calls himself Russell, who said, "I've just been sent a link to this and that's why I'm here. Sorry for your loss, mate, but there must be a fucked over by Mark Pollard club somewhere. I got done by him in 1997, and when I tried to get my money back, he called the police and told them that he'd seen indecent child pics on my PC. I lost my business, marriage and everything through him. Utter scumbag. He tried it with my missus, even though he was with someone. Think he thought, if I got banged up, he'd get with her. Heard he left his girlfriend in debt too and went off with her sister. That's exactly like the sort of thing he'd do. He looks fucking inbred anyway. Surprised he's not been contracted yet. Hope he gets sorted, mate." Yeah, I'm surprised myself that no one's fitted him. Given some of the elements he's hung around with in the past, which I won't mention here, but they're online. You can find them if you want to, because he has consulted with criminals. I know that much. I'm surprised he just hasn't been fitted with a pair of concrete boots. Anyway, as I bring this to a close, I'll say, please like this video. Don't like the situation, please like the video. Share with your friends, and obviously both the case with Mark Pollard and with Michael Juma. Subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the little notification bell so you get all the notifications, and cue Genesis.